I've always wanted redemption on this place. Morning's dead. The bugles have stopped. Another day, but slow on the elk hunt. Pretty dang good on the scenery up here. So today is the last day that we're able to hunt with the food we've got.
Did we just make that happen? Literally running at the elk. Running.
Shoot, man, I've never been emotional really over an elk, but this one's different. We are in Colorado, so welcome to Colorado. This is going to be my first elk hunt. First hunt. Close to home anyways. Got back from Alaska, regrouped, and packed all the gear needed for archery elk hunting in Colorado. So if you guys remember, I did this hunt last year and got my butt kicked. I spent like 18 days out here and had 2 opportunities. Didn't make it happen, so I've always wanted redemption on this place. So we're back on the same mountain and we're hunting elk. We're going to meet up with my buddy Jake and his girlfriend later. We've got Braden. I'll introduce you to Braden. He's behind the camera today. But we're going to start out with a little breakfast skillet from Peak Refuel. Going to boil some water right here in the camp chef. And then we're just going to pack our bags and do like a backcountry style hunt. So a couple things we're going to be using for strategy this time is calling, just run and gun on the ground, and then sitting water holes with the tethered tree saddles. So it's going to be a fun hunt, guys. This is number 1 of 5 for me on my quest for 5 for 5, which is 5 elk in 5 states. We're going to bring you guys along. It's going to be a fun one. And let's get some food, pack up, and get in there. All right, guys, it's day 2 now. Oh, by the way, this is Braden. He's working for us kind of part-time this year, right?
Yeah,
flexible. As we have so many hunts that overlap, we needed some help. So Braden, he also does YouTube, Instagram, makes hunting videos and stuff like that. So I think he's going to do a great job, and he's willing to go anywhere and more, so I can drag him around and not have to worry about him complaining. So he's going to be a great addition to the team.
Super excited.
So welcome, Braden. Tell us about yourself.
So I'm Braden. I'm 18 years old, just trying to live a dream, and he's helping me do it. So super happy.
Yeah, we're happy to have him. So we are about 1.6 miles in on the Onyx. I just checked our track. We are heading into some country I hunted last year. And if you watched last year, you know, we had horses take us in, which was convenient. Not this year. So packing in camp, I think we have enough to last for about 3 or 4 days if needed. And if that's the case, if we haven't tagged out by then, we can always burn back to the truck. So that's kind of where we're at and what we're doing. We're going to take a trail in about 5 miles and then set up a base camp. And if we need to, we can be mobile. And again, this is an over-the-counter hunt. So with that, you're going to run into a lot of other hunters, which is cool, public ground. And you guys are going to see the difference of this hunt and some of the others we have this year. But first off is Colorado, and it's going to be a grind, so we're ready for it. Here we go, guys. Long afternoon. I'm sitting around at camp, doing not a whole lot, taking naps, eating food, telling stories. Tonight's hunt, we're going to team up with these two. I met Charles on the trail here last year. He's riding a horse, and I was coming down the trail, and introduced himself to me, and we've kind of been in touch ever since. So thanks to good old Garmin InReach, we found his camp. We've actually been posted up with him. So these two have probably put more miles on this mountain than anybody I know. So it's Charles and Kevin. And, well, Kevin shot a cow elk a few nights ago, actually right where we were sitting on the water. So he's tagged out. Charles is still holding out for maybe one of these bigger ones that he saw earlier this year. So they got the program, man. They've got stories in this area for years. And with their knowledge, I don't know, maybe my odds will go up a little bit. We got some cow elk across the way that are most likely with the bull that these guys aren't this morning. So we're just hoping that he'll bugle, but he hasn't yet. Straight across. Alright guys, it's the morning of day 4. Still feel like we're really trying to figure this place out. We're gonna go sit a water hole at Charles, put a tree stand on. We're gonna get Braden up in the tree on the tethered system right behind me. So it's a pretty tight spot. It's a nice little spring. Kind of need to go there just because we need water in general, but we're gonna sit it this morning, and if anything, it's a good place to sit and listen for bugles as well. So if we need to, we'll get down and run and gun, but we're gonna start out by sitting in the tree. We are in the stand. It's not quite ideal for 2 people or a left-handed shooter, but still happy to be sitting. And I don't know if our wind is the best, but again, it's just a good spot to kind of listen for bugles. We got 2 bulls down there bugling. Anyways, we'll hold tight here for a second and see how it goes, but this spot's just not built for 2 people or built for a left-handed shooter, so. Straight across this big canyon, Braden noticed some elk, and there was a cow, a calf, and a nice big 6-point. And we kind of watched them take off into the pine trees, and we're guessing that they're going to hold tight right there all day. Give us plenty of time to get over there and try to call him in. So there's only 3 of them, and he might be pretty protective of that cow. So if we get over there in the right situation, he could be pretty, territorial and might come into some bugles. So we're all packed up, and we're going to go head to this wallow I sat last year, but we're going to down to some mountain ops. I've got this is the Crush Pineapple Crush, I think. This is Ignite. What do you have, Braden?
I have the Hush Lemonade.
Hush Lemonade. So I'm going to chug a little bit of this. It's nice. I'll tell you what, now that we have those jugs of waters, we actually feel like we can stay hydrated. And I've noticed it in my legs last couple days hiking. They're just tight, and we're just running so low on water. So not anymore. Finally. Alright guys, it's 4:30 p.m. and we are walking down the canyon. Same side that we sat in the tree stand this morning, because we're going to cross and go after that bull that we saw with that cow and calf. We have to cross and then go back up. We're going to try to hunt this bull tonight, so what do you think, Braden?
We're going to get it done 100%.
I like it, dude. Let's go. We made it to the bottom in about 35 minutes. Now we have to scale some ledges. You can see there's these big red rocks right here. We got to go up this little tiny cut. And luckily the bull's really only about halfway up. So we got a little water at the creek. Splash the hat. Feeling motivated. Tonight's the night, guys. The joys of going after a bull you think bedded, and maybe he didn't. So it's eerie quiet tonight. It's crazy. No bugles. We came up on this little bull and some cows. The cow at 71, but it wasn't our bull, so we kind of backed out. Anyways, he's not anywhere near here. We're just we've got camp on our backs. Nice flat spot right here, so I think we'll post up for the night. We've got some freeze-dried meals. We've got the camp chef. Starving, but we're gonna camp here and eat dinner. Oh man, that was a night. Judging off all the rustling around, I don't think any of us got good sleep, but we pushed through the night, and as you can see, it's first light. We did hear some bugles, well, at least Chuck heard some bugles above us in the dark. So, if it's anything like yesterday, they really didn't start bugling and talking until about now, when it seemed like the cows were starting to move and maybe head to where they wanted to bed. So, hopefully, in the next little bit, we start hearing some bugles. If not, we'll probably just work this way, trying to get into something. So, here we go, guys. Day 5 or something like that. Here. Oh, is it? Need some hot water for dinner. Tonight, it's the last thing we got left that actually Braden gave me. A cup of oatmeal and then some snack food. So we're running low on food. We're gonna stay tonight. We're gonna hunt the morning on the way to the truck and hit the truck because we need more food, probably a tent and some rain gear because it's calling for rain on Tuesday, Wednesday. So cold snap might be all we need, or tomorrow on the way to the truck might be all we need and we'll kill one then. But tonight was dead, guys. We tried, but those elk weren't talking and nothing was really popping. We didn't hear a single bugle, so I don't know what's going on. The elk, shut up. Bugled a couple times this morning while we're getting ready. Typically the wind and the thermals are just moving down. But every now and then it wants to go that way. So we're just gonna try to be patient, stay really quiet, and see if he pipes off again. But at least we know there's a bull close to us. We're finally in poles. At least two right above us. They're just chuckling back and forth. What sounds like the bigger one is right on this trail. Right in the ditch, so I think we have good wind. It should be coming down still. Still in the shade. We're gonna get up there and see if we can't piss him off because he's pretty fired up. Go set up. We really got into them today compared to what we've ever had, so that's a step up to move in the right direction. We had multiple bulls bugling. One of them, probably 100 yards, maybe a little less, was raking on a tree and stuff like this. So, and we were kind of on the edge of these pines, and as soon as the pines ended, it was just a wall of green. And it sounded like he might want to come down because the whole time he had been angling down, but something right there after he raked just said, go straight up. So we booked it, tried to get him going again, but he kind of died off while two bulls somewhere right here where we're standing, we're still piping off. We made a very bad decision to go left because we just swam through some of the worst brush like this. This is like the worst of it. 6:15 p.m. We're making our move, and the goal is just to cover ground and try to get some bulls to hit and bugle back. So it was a long afternoon because we just sat there and did absolutely nothing all day except eat snacks, take naps. Welcome to Bugle Town. We finally bugling across the canyon. So we finally laid eyes on the bulls that I think we've been chasing for the last few days. And the two that are piping off the most are just small 5 points. So we've been bombing across that giant canyon, most likely to chase 2 5 points, but they're the most vocal. It's crazy. There's literally like 2 cows and 2 or 3 spikes right there, and 2 5 points are literally just running all over the side hill, trying to determine who's the boss. And they won't fight each other, but they sure like to rake up the trees and stuff. So we're gonna pass on cruising across the canyon to chase those guys, and I think we're just gonna have to cover some ground to try to get something else to talk. It's a perfect morning, it's cool with a little bit of a breeze and overcast, but as of right now where we're standing, these two are the only two that we can hear bugles. So back to the drawing board. Well, welcome back to Colorado. These are the first elk we've seen since we've been back. We've been back a day and a half.
just a really small bull and a cow, but we haven't heard a bugle this morning. It's pretty slow, so I told you guys we'd jump back to the action. Right now, this is the best we got, so welcome back.
We are back at camp, guys. Like I said down there, I wasn't 100% for sure down there, but I was almost sure that we would probably pack up camp and leave. And that's what we're doing. We've got quite the spread since we've been back here so many days, and we packed out a lot of stuff 3 different times, and now we have to all pack it out at once. We're pretty lucky though. Our buddy Chuck has got a horse. He's offered to put some of our stuff on there, which will be helpful. But look at the spread I've got. This is all clothing, thinking that we'd be here for a week. All the sleeping system, the tent, the electronics, the toiletries right here, and all the food. And there's still plenty more to pack up. So we're gonna move, guys. We've got 6 days after today to get it done. And we figured even if we had to try 3 different spots to get into elk, that would leave us with 2 solid days in 3 spots. We have made it to a new unit. We got here just after dark, and there's 6 trucks at the trailhead. So there's a good handful of bow hunters in here, but that's all right. There's a lot of country in here. We're getting the packs ready to bomb in there tomorrow morning with enough food, water, and gear to spend a night out there, at least one night, just to kind of get a test and see how it is. So we're breaking down our packs from today's hike, regrouping, stocking those up full of goods. We're going to sleep at the truck and the canvas cutters, and then early, bright and early, like well before sunlight, we're going to bomb in probably 2 or 3 miles and hopefully be listening to some bugles on the way. That would be the goal. So here we go. Pathway to elk heaven. Hopefully one elk came down that trail onto this path. Chuck's hunted here before. He's been across this big like rock slide. Like a perfect trail going through it, and there's a bench and then another rock slide and then another bench. So we're gonna go see if they're holding tight up there. Talk about a long day. Our hunt pretty much ended by 9 a.m. It's 6 p.m. I haven't heard a peep from an elk, but got some naps, got some food, water, and we're going to start making our move for the evening hunt in hopes that these elk start talking on their own. If not, we'll do the whole run and gun and call and try to strike something up, but long day just sitting around killing time. We had another slow evening, but the good news is we got 2 bulls bugling across the really big canyon, and they're bugling pretty good, so we're hoping that they bugle a little more tomorrow. I think we're going to make a morning hunt out of it. So we're kicking a bed in this little area right here. Got an unloaded pack. This is how I got my EXO pack. Got the lid with some essentials. I've got this whole thing filled with my bedding. Sleep pillow, extra pillow. It's well worth the size and the weight. I'm just gonna kick this little area right here. We're gonna post up, cook some brats for dinner, which I'm excited about because we have tortillas and ketchup, and just kind of hang out. 27th, guys. Good morning. 7 a.m. We woke up in what we were hoping would be the zone, because it was yesterday over here. And
And as usual, we're not hearing a lot of action, but we did hear one bugle, faint bugle, when we woke up. So it's gonna do the same thing again. Wish I had more to tell you guys, so I don't even know what to say at this point.
Another day, but slow on the elk hunt, but pretty dang good on the scenery up here. We're crossing these giant rock slides, and they literally start at the top of these high peaks, and there's just like avalanche chutes of these giant stones, and we've been crossing them. And you can see where elk have crossed these things for years. They wear out just enough of the rock to kind of make a white looking trail. Today is the last day that we're able to hunt with the food we've got, so we're gonna make a push out of here and kind of head back to where we got on some bugles, one bull the first day. It is 6:11 p.m. We got to the truck, filled back up with food and water and sleeping bags, and dropped a ton of elevation. Now we're hunting kind of cedars and oak brush and sagebrush actually. But we had this storm roll in that was not really on the weather predictions. So we're just trying to stay out of this little bit of rain right now. Stay under this juniper, but haven't heard a bugle yet. There's track, and I imagine if we just keep working this area, we'll eventually find some elk that are bugling. Talked to a hunter down at the bottom, and he said they were going off pretty good. So we're either not near elk, or the elk have kind of shut off for this storm. We're just gonna have to wait and see, but we only have about an hour, a little more than an hour to hunt tonight. So that's kind of where we're at, just trying anything we can try, we're doing it. And what do we do, like an 8.5 mile loop this AM. And this one might not be long, like not a lot of distance, but elevation, what do you think? 2,000?
Yeah, so much.
2,000 feet of vertical. I mean, this whole hike
Straight
has
up.
been straight up. We need something to happen, but what we do need is a storm and this wind to blow out. We've got a bull bugling, prime time, last light, and it started raining. Good thing Braden decided to grab this rain fly off the tent. That's all we've got to stay dry.
bull's gonna come in.
Dude, he's done. No, he's still going. He's going up, but very sick, dude. You hit twice, dude. He's feeling it. He stopped right there. He's gonna die. Oh, he's going down. He's down.
You guys, I'm not gonna celebrate yet. Dude, no way.
Dude.
Chuck, did you just...
Dude, I gotta give you a hug, dude. Are you kidding me? Dude, he's down. Dude. Dude, he's done. Giant.
Dude. You guys sure? Guys.
The first shot was a hollow, just lungs, dude. It was either lungs or sounded perfect, but the second one dropped him, dude. Like, ooh. No freaking way.
No way.
Dude.
Josh, we did it, man. Oh my god. Dude, did we just make that happen? Did we just make that happen?
Dude.
Dude, Sean. Dude, come in. Thank you for sticking with me. Thanks, so happy. I'm so happy. Dude, thank you so much. Guys, look at that bull. We killed a freaking slammer. We killed a slammer. Are you kidding me? Just like that.
No freaking way.
Just like that. Guys, are you kidding me? We said if it happened, we would be like, really? All that work, and that's how easy it can be? It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Look at that sword. Look at that sword. Guys. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Dude. Yeah. Shoot, man. I've never been emotional really over an elk, but this one's different. God, we worked so hard. Dude, did we just make that happen? Literally running at the elk. Running. Cow calling. Dude, I almost squeezed the trigger on a cow at like 23, 25 yards.
I saw you making that decision. I was like,
dude, there's a bull, dude. Oh my god.
Not just a bull, dude, an OTC giant, dude. Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Dude, it's over. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh, dude. Guys.
That was easy, dude.
Chuck, I promise you, I've never had two people stick with me on a hunt as long like that, like day in and day out. Chuck was nice enough to drop his bow, say, hey, let's get one down and worry about me later. Dude, I wouldn't have done it without Chuck, and Braden. I mean, we were all making decisions, and we were acting fast. I almost gave up, like, hey, let's don't push him. And then you cow called, something bugled right over the top, which was probably, he was a trailing bull.
yeah, he was behind everybody.
So all these elk were up on the ridge, and Braden's filming him, and then out of the bottom. And dude, automatic, like you can't plan that.
No.
We were automatic, like running, getting angles, switching angles. He was on the rangefinder. The elk looked 100 yards, 55. Phew. I don't know what happened. Reload and error. How long?
You
How
hit
far?
it, dude.
62. Pull up. I have a 30, 40, 50, and 60, guys. I told myself I wasn't going to shoot past 60. I'm like, 62. Phew. That one sounded like a smack, and then his body language was different.
Yeah.
But again, going back to where I was starting with that story, I can't thank these guys enough. This really is not a fun hunt. I've been so frustrated. We've had good times, don't get me wrong, hanging out, camping. But this has been a grind. I've never worked that hard for an elk in my life. This is the hardest earned bull of my life, and share it with these two. It's so special. When that elk came out here and went down, I was in disbelief. Braden said he's down. I wanted to believe it because I saw him go down, but I still couldn't believe it until I saw his antlers right here. The bull's dead.
Chuck, thank you. Braden,
This is
my man.
It was my dream to finish this hunt with Eric.
He
Down to
stuck
the-
it to the end. We had 2.5 days. We went to town, went to his house. I said, hey, look, man, you're not stuck with me. He's like, you know what? I'm in it now, man. I can't turn back now.
I had to go to the kill.
He did.
I had to go to the kill.
And there's something special. I want Chuck to share it, but he shared it with me on our first hunt on a different mountain. When we were walking out of camp, I think, on our first hunt together.
Yeah,
We
I
were-
was like 5 years ago. I was at the Hunt Expo, and I just told my family that I just have a feeling that someday I'm going to share a hunt with Eric.
Which is wild, because when he said that, I had chills flush over and over as we walked out to the canyon edge, and we had a good conversation about how your thoughts are so powerful, and manifesting something and thinking into the future and having a vision. I had a vision. I had lots of visions of how this hunt was going to end, but none of them was that one. I'll be honest. I could picture an elk coming out of oak brush, but it just wasn't like that. It wasn't as intense. Dude, guys, that was intense. And I'm just in shock, guys. I had thoughts of throwing in the towel, honestly, and going home to spend time with my girlfriend and just giving up. Dude, this sucks, but like I just couldn't either. These guys have been so supportive. A couple friends sending me like unreal positive texts. And now I get to text them all back that it like paid off.
Dude.
It's the sweetest.
It is so awesome. Yeah, Braden.
Guys, thank
Such
you,
an
guys.
amazing day.
Hug. Group hug right
Yes,
here.
sir.
Bring it in.
I only got one arm, so.
Dude, nothing like it. These guys gave me an opportunity to film this year, and what do you know? The hardest hunt of the year was my first hunt I filmed for these guys. So I mean, what can I say? It didn't end too bad. But I wanted to also say that I appreciate these guys for the opportunity, because this is literally an opportunity of a lifetime, and I know a lot of people dream to just have this opportunity, and they gave it to me. So
We needed help this year. We have a lot of hunts that overlap. And when it comes to cameraman, I'll tell you the last quality I look for is honestly the camera work. Braden gets after it. He can sleep out here in the dirt and live off his back like he has. And he did a heck of a job, man. I drag him anywhere and he's just got a smile on his face, super positive. So thank you.
He's a funny guy, too.
Okay, we cleared a little area right here to take some photos before we cut him up. And turns out he's a pretty dang nice bull. Fun hunt, man. Definitely the hardest elk I've ever earned. And it's not just this season, it's actually multiple seasons out here. Mainly this year and last year, putting in multiple days, probably over 2 weeks each year. And you know when it happens that it's all going to be worth it. But man, in some of those moments, I was just like not having fun, to be honest. Always enjoying the scenery and the camaraderie, but you know, getting frustrated that the elk weren't talking and doing their thing, and all we needed was one chance, and we made it happen on a beautiful bull. This is a over-the-counter tag. I wanted to show you guys the difference of what to expect on a hunt like this versus some of the hunts that I have coming up in the season. So stick with us. We're going to try 5 for 5. This guy is going to get cut up. Lucky for me, I've got a buddy, Jake, who's got horses, who offered to come up. Everything is falling into place. The clouds left, and there's no rain, and we have gallons of water and loads of food for once. So once we take care of him, we're going to have a party. We're going to enjoy the night, watch some videos, hopefully on the camera, transfer some on the phone, and sit and enjoy it. But that was pretty wild. I shot him with 15 minutes of legal light left, and it looks really dark in the video, but we had an overcast night. So happy it all came together, man. I couldn't ask for a better outcome. Cheeks literally hurt from smiling. So again, thanks to Chuck and Braden behind the camera. I can't say it enough, man. These guys stuck with me to the end.
firing away hard. Hit his hind quarter, but that would have killed that thing. Got a follow-up shot that I'm proud of, but I'm honestly pretty proud of that. I mean, that arrow's up here somewhere.
That's long.
Heck yeah. No wonder, that's what we were talking about. We didn't have the camera on, but when a bull gets hit, like in some random spot, neck, like leg, dude, they run, they're gone. That thing hit him, and he's like, ooh, took a few more steps out of the next tree, and I hit him again, and obviously, with that in him, he wasn't feeling good. Guys, we got all the quarters. Both of these have a back strap, a tenderloin, and a big old neck chunk, neck roast, whatever you call it. And they're dang heavy, just that. So there's no good oak brush to hang it on up here. We could lay it on the ground, but that really holds in a lot of heat. So I'm going to bomb these down and hang them in a tall oak, so the wind could hit them on all sides, and it will cool the meat down a lot quicker. I don't even think I can grip that.
Be a man.
That far.
Oh yeah. No, you're gonna have to rest it.
I know.
Wrist so off.
Feels good. Glad I had some help. We're gonna pack them down in this little coulee, hang them in some oak so they'll get shade. I don't know what time Jake will be here, but they'll be shaded and cooled. Let's go eat.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we made it through a night. The night. A rainy night. Look at this mess. All three of us were kind of spread out right through here, and at some point in the middle of the night, it just started raining on us, and we knew that was a possibility, so the first plan was to maybe get everybody underneath this tarp, but apparently we didn't all fit. So Braden and Chuck headed for the junipers, and they tried to stay dry under there, but we all got a little bit wet. The bag's wet underneath. I don't know if sleeping underneath it was a good idea, because all it did was like trap the moisture in here. But yeah, stinky, dirty. Never did clean my hands. My pants smell like a bull elk. We need to get out of here and get cleaned up. We haven't showered for like 9 days. This is the last day of the video, probably. Just gonna hang out, get some breakfast, and dry everything out, but we made it through a night.
All right, guys, we are going to the meat tree, check things out, and I don't know, go get a look at the meat and the bull in good daylight, because by the time we ran up the hill, man, it got dark quick with that overcast yesterday. So Braden's been walking around out here. Him and Chuck have both found a deer shed. Pretty random. But yeah, let's go check this sucker out. Here we go. We got all the meats. Oh my gosh, man.
You can actually tell.
How cool. He is dark. His antlers were wet last night, and of course they look darker, but Braden said, man, you gotta go check out your bull. His antlers are pretty dang dark even when they're dry. Dude, that's a stud. It's hard not to mount that thing, honestly. But this bull means a lot to me because we work so hard. What would you guys do? Comment below. Put yourself in my shoes. You guys know. A couple things to consider. One, I don't have a lot of space. Two, I've got some other bulls mounted. And three, I've got some friends that are taxidermists that always give me a really good deal, and I trade them for, you know, promoting them on my social media. So you got to consider everything. What would you do? Leave it in the comments. Yeah, we have both the arrows are covered. So this one hit him right here, and the broadside, or the broadhead, was embedded in his off shoulder. So great shot. And then again, that first one was quartered up into him. The full length of my arrow up into his whole chest cavity, like that. So on top of that, we're just picking up sheds. Not a bad morning. But yeah, pretty wild to kind of come up here and see how it all went down.